Well, last week we heard from an actor and producer on his new film about the fight against human trafficking. In part two of our interview with Eduardo Verastegui, our own Tracy Sabol takes us deeper into his Catholic faith. She began by asking him about his recent meeting with Pope Francis.
Well, I've been blessed to go to Rome often, one of my favorite cities in the world. As you know, I grew up Catholic. My faith was not the center of my life my first 28 years, not because I didn't want to, but because I didn't know my faith well. How can you love what you don't know? But something happened in Los Angeles, California, when I met a wonderful lady and many other friends who because of them, I opened my eyes and I realized that in one hand, I thought I had everything, but in the other hand, I had nothing. I was very empty, and something was missing, and it was my faith. It was God, because yes, it was part of my life, but it was not the center of my life. I started going to Rome every year. I met Pope Francis the first year when he was elected Pope, and I told him about this project, and he said, "I promise I will be praying for you and for this project." And every year that I see him, I was telling him, well, the project is almost there, and finally it's finished. I met with him last year. I met with him this year, April 21st. And it's been amazing having someone like Pope Francis praying for this project, and many other cardinals and bishops and priests around the world praying for this project.
Yeah, praise be to God. That is wonderful. Before I let you go, Eduardo, I know that you have your hands in a lot of things and also in politics as well as the head of CPAC Mexico. I'm curious, what made you want to get involved politically, and where do you see yourself in the future?
Politics for me was, it was not important. It was far away. I always thought, politics divides. There's a lot of corruption there, so I didn't care about politics. I didn't understand politics, so I thought I want to be involved in art because art has the potential to bring people together and unite people. Politics divides people, so I want to dedicate my entire life to use art, my interviews, conferences. Everything has to be directed to save lives, because being pro-life doesn't mean only to defend the most important fundamental right, which is the right to life. Yes, that's the most important one, but we don't stop there. Sometimes we're being false accused that these guys pro-lifers, they only care about the babies in the womb, but after they're born, they don't care about them. It's not true. Being pro-life means to be taking care of these kids who are living in the streets, homeless, teenagers who are suffering from addiction. We need to be there too. The laws of abortion started, coming into Mexico. And for some reason, I couldn't move back to America, and I stayed in Mexico. And I started doing the same thing that I was doing in the United States, meeting politicians that are pro-life, so I can join with them. And again, art, politics, ethics to serve the nation. But eventually, I got just tired to see how my country is being abused for decades and decades and decades, and a Catholic country governed by anti-Catholic government. And I realized that, you know what, enough is enough. And if I don't see any good option out there that is going to protect human life, I'm an outsider. I'm not a politician. I'm a filmmaker. I'm an actor. I love my vocation. I love what I do. But I want to get more involved, not just working alone, but more involved. And I want to invite everyone to get more involved, because you cannot ignore, politics. There's no empty chairs. There's no empty chairs in politics.
Yeah. Eduardo, it sounds like you're talking like a politician, possibly running for president of Mexico at one point.
I'm not talking as a politician. I'm talking as a Catholic person who cares about people. And one day I asked Pope Francis, and many people ask him, should Catholics be involved in politics? For sure. He said, but everything's very dirty inside. Well, it's dirty inside because good Catholics are afraid to be inside. So he was actually making this call to action to everyone to be involved in politics. Now, you can be involved in politics in different ways, right? So I've been praying about it. I'm thinking about it. I don't know yet. I have to make a decision very soon because I get a lot of invitations to run. But I feel like, you know what, my vocation is this. I have never done anything in politics other than work along with politicians. But there is a lot of, people asking me, so I'm praying about it. I'm discerning. I have to make it, I have to decide very, very soon. Pray for me. You will know what the answer is very soon.
And thank you so much for everything that you do and for this movie. And again, it comes out on July 4th. Everybody go out and see it. Eduardo, thank you again, and God bless you.
God bless you. Thank you so much, and thank you for your prayers.
And just a reminder, as Tracy mentioned, The Sound of Freedom opens in theaters tomorrow.